Hey folks, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to tell the story of my revised set of Magic the Gathering cards. Um, so to start, I'll go back to the beginning. I started playing Magic in the winter break of '94. My brothers and his friends all started playing Magic, and we got together at my house and played. Bought a couple. We probably each had one or two starters of revised, maybe a couple booster packs. Not a whole lot of cards to play with, and just did the normal kitchen table Magic thing. Fast forward about 6 months and get into a coming up on the release of Ice Age. There was a flyer at the local bookstore where we bought our Magic cards at, saying that there was a tournament coming up, and my brother and I went and attended. And that tournament, it took place on the release weekend of Ice Age, so I believe that was July of '95. And the it was a sealed deck tournament, and not the standard sealed deck you have today. You got it was a $10 entry fee. You got a revised starter deck and a revised booster pack to play in the tournament, and just the standard build your deck out of what you get and play in the tournament. So we started playing. I believe it was intended to be a single elimination tournament. So we built our decks, and I believe I lost in the first couple of rounds. However, the tournament organizer wasn't really running things super smoothly or anything, but he sent me back in. He basically handed me another deck that somebody else had turned in, and I built another 40 card deck out of it and started playing again. At which point I went ahead and I remember in one round I played my older brother. I recall that we got into a ground stall. Nobody was able to get through with any damage. It was just a bunch of big creatures on the ground, nothing going on, until my brother played a Prodigal Sorcerer, at which point he started slowly pecking away at my life total. At one point, I played a Bandlish Hero, which he killed it with his Prodigal Sorcerer. Went on to think to myself, okay, Prodigal Sorcerer could have hit me for one there, and I think I just bought a turn by having him kill my 1/1 dork. I mean, I don't know, banding's a pretty weird ability, so maybe I could have done something with that, but. Fast forward to the end of the game, and I get down to one life, and top deck my next card, and lo and behold, it was a fireball, which I used to eliminate my brother from the tournament. So I also recall a match I was playing later where my opponent had a Shivan Dragon out against me. Big. Huge monster was one of the best creatures at the time, and I was holding it back with a Will-o'-the-Wisp, little pansy Will-o'-the-Wisp, and managed to turn the game around and slowly crawl back in and pull that game out as well. And I found myself in the finals of the tournament, like after going on a tear, just completely pulling out game after game. And my opponent was a guy also happened to be from my little suburb. I never actually met the guy before that. He was a friend of my brother's. At least they knew each other, and so he and I came to an agreement. We basically looked at the prize pool, and you got to understand at the time, like. The prize pool in today's environment would usually be a box of cards or something along those lines, and this was a 40-player tournament. But instead of actually just giving out additional prizes, what the organizers had done is whenever you lost your game, your match, you actually turned in your sealed pool to go in the grand prize of the tournament. So me and this kid were literally staring at a stack of what is the equivalent of 40 starter decks and 40 booster packs, since there were 40 players in the tournament. And I was like, hey, look, I don't want to get this far and walk away with nothing. And actually, it wasn't quite nothing. There was also a box of Ice Age on the line, and so the first place prize was 40 starters, 40 boosters, and a box of Ice Age. And you got to imagine the second prize got to be something pretty good, right? Well, it turns out it was 10 packs of Ice Age, 10 packs. I believe they had a third place was a Shivan Dragon, which you can see right here. Here's my copy of Shivan Dragon. And the fourth place prize, I believe, if I recall correctly, was a Royal Assassin. At the time, these were powerhouse cards, Royal Assassin and Shivan Dragon. But in today's standards, they're just not quite the same thing they were back then. But in any case, so what we ended up doing is I was like, look, I don't want to walk away with nothing. I'm sure you don't want to walk away with nothing. Let's go ahead and just cut the revised pool in half, and we'll play for the Ice Age. So we did that, and we got to the end there, and I know at one point in that game, I had a Crawworm out. As you can hear, we're just playing with all the best cards in the world. I clearly had a Fireball, a Royal Assassin, or I'm sorry, a Will-o'-the-Wisp, and a Crawworm, and I also recall he had a Sorceress Queen out, which was stopping me from winning with my Crawworm, and that was my path to victory. And so I top decked the powerhouse card here was a White Ward, or Black Ward more specifically. It was a white card called Black Ward, and so I put it on my Shivan Dragon, turned off his Sorcerer's Queen, and proceeded to beat him down, and managed to walk away with my box of Ice Age. We literally took this, stack of Revise. It was just a massive stack of Revise for, a kid at the time, and didn't really, do any kind of onesie, twosie, you pick one, I pick one, nothing like that. Literally took half the stack, just grabbed it, and said, here you go, there's your prize pool, and whatever's, here's the other half of the stack, that's mine. And so went home with a large collection of revised cards and a box of Ice Age, which I was able to trade my way into this collection of revised with. And that's the story behind my collection of revised. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope to see you around back here. If you want to do the usual like and subscribe things, feel free to do that, and we'll put out some more videos in the future. Thank you.